All right, let's break down this viral video that's been making the rounds. You know the one. It kicks off with this bizarre iron-looking dessert, spirals into a wild family argument, but here's the thing. It's not just a funny skit. It's actually a perfectly executed heist, and today we're going to deconstruct exactly how they pulled it off.
So it all starts with this one brilliant line. A mother-in-law is handed what looks for all the world like a solid block of iron. And her reaction, just pure disbelief. I'm going to eat this iron? It's hilarious, and it's the perfect hook. You're immediately pulled in, thinking, okay, what is going on here?
So let's get into the setup. I mean, it starts out as a totally normal scene, right? A family is just buying some street food. But things get weird, and they get weird fast, with this dessert that looks completely inedible. It's such a simple but genius way to grab your attention, and make sure you stick around to see how this whole thing pays off.
And this is the central question right here, not just for the family in the video, but for us, the audience. The vendor is insisting, no, it's kulfi, that amazing frozen dessert. But everyone's eyes are telling them something completely different, that it's a lump of metal. All the initial comedy just comes from this absolutely ridiculous situation.
And then you get the big reveal. It's like a magic trick. The vendor just dips the block into some water and poof! That dark, metallic-looking shell just melts away in an instant, revealing a perfect, creamy kulfi underneath. Just like that, the mystery's solved. It's this great visual punchline that shows you the whole crazy setup was for real.
Okay, now watch closely here because the whole mood is about to shift. We've gone from, what on earth is that thing, to, wow, this is actually amazing. This is such a classic comedy move. You introduce a problem, you solve it, you let everyone relax, and that's what makes the next wave of chaos so much funnier when it hits.
And here's the proof right here. The exact same woman who was totally disgusted by the so-called iron is now completely won over. She loves it. That complete 180-degree turn is the punchline for this entire first act. If she likes it, it's got to be good.
And this moment right here is so important. The mystery is over, everyone is happy, the family is just bonding over this weirdly wonderful dessert. It's this brief moment of harmony, the calm before the storm really. And it's the perfect setup, because the explosion that's about to happen feels 10 times more chaotic.
All right, now we're getting to the main event. Everyone's happy, they're enjoying their kulfi. Asking for another one should be simple, right? Oh, so wrong. In this skit, that one simple request becomes the trigger for an all-out public brawl.
And this is the line that lights the fuse. The mother-in-law doesn't just ask for another kulfi. She barks at him. Hey, old man, get me another one. I mean, she could have said anything, but she chose violence. Right then and there, this isn't about the kulfi anymore. This is about starting a fight.
And of course, the vendor immediately fires back, "Who are you calling old man?" And that's it. The fun family outing is officially over. No one even cares about the magic ice cream anymore. Now it's just this petty, personal, and very loud argument.
Okay, so this is where the skit goes from funny to flat-out brilliant. Because this huge fight, it's not actually the point of the video. It's a fantastic piece of misdirection. Like a magician waving one hand to get you to look over here so you don't see what the other hand is doing? That's what's happening.
And the fight gets nasty, fast. They're both yelling, they're trading these really childish insults back and forth, and they're causing a massive scene. And all of that noise, all of that wonderful, beautiful chaos, well, it's the perfect cover.
Then, right in the middle of all the shouting, the daughter-in-law turns to the camera and drops this gem. This is my advantage. And boom, just like that, it all clicks into place. You realize the fight isn't the story. The fight is just a tool for her real plan. And now we get to the grand finale, the payoff. While everyone else is completely caught up in the drama, the daughter-in-law makes her move, and we finally see the real reason for this entire chaotic masterpiece. So while her mother-in-law and the vendor are basically screaming at each other, she just casually strolls over to the cart, helps herself to not one, not two, but 4 kulfis, and just walks away. Nobody even sees her. It is an absolutely flawless operation. Her final line as she walks away is the punchline that just ties a perfect bow on the whole thing. "I'll steal them this way next time too." That one sentence reveals everything. This wasn't a crime of opportunity, it was a strategy. The whole video you just watched has been completely reframed. It's the origin story of a brilliant kulfi.
So when you boil it all down, the big takeaway here is how this ridiculously simple skit uses a perfect classic 3-act structure. It sets up a weird mystery with the iron kulfi,
It uses the family argument as a giant piece of misdirection, and then it hits you with that surprise twist at the end, the heist. It's honestly a masterclass in storytelling, all packed into just a couple of minutes.
And that kind of leaves us with one final fun little thought to chew on. Was this whole thing just a clever comedy skit about a family argument? Or were we all just unsuspecting witnesses to a meticulously planned, flawlessly executed dessert heist? I'll let you decide.